Here's the truth parents need to hear: the world no longer rewards followers. It crowns leaders. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to raise one at home. Hi, I'm the Guardian, and if you're raising a toddler, roughly ages 3 to 5, this video is for you. I want a nation of workers, not thinkers. Those weren't my words. They were John D. Rockefeller's vision, and he got exactly what he wanted. For over a century, our schools have been designed to manufacture followers. Obey the bell. Memorize the answer. Stay in line. Ask for permission. Before we continue, tell me in the comments, how old is your little one? Knowing their age helps us keep these tips relevant to your stage of parenting. Let's talk about what nobody wants to admit. Our education system wasn't designed to create innovators, it was engineered to produce obedient factory workers. Rockefeller and other industrialists funded schools specifically to churn out compliant employees who wouldn't question authority. Sit still. Follow directions. Don't challenge the system. That model worked when we needed masses of people to work identical jobs on assembly lines. But look around. Today's world is chaotic, fast-moving, and desperate for visionaries. The child who learns to think strategically, who dares to ask bold questions, who inspires others, that's the child who will shape the future, not just survive it. Your toddler doesn't need to memorize rules. They need to learn how to make them. And that training starts at home, right now, with you. So what's the difference between raising a leader and raising a follower? Let me paint the picture. The follower waits for instructions. They ask, "What should I do?" before every move. They seek approval, follow the crowd because it feels safe. Think of them standing in that line, waiting, watching, mimicking everyone else. The leader? Completely different. They think 3 steps ahead, like a chess player planning their next 5 moves. They ask, "What if we tried this differently?" They inspire others naturally. They don't wait for someone to hand them the crown, they claim it through vision and courage. Now here's where it gets dark. The industrial school model was designed to crush that leadership instinct. Ring the bell, everyone moves on command. Test time, 1 right answer, no creativity allowed. Speak out of turn, get punished. Raise your hand and wait. Stay in your assigned seat. Memorize what you're told. Don't question authority. Every single day, from kindergarten through graduation, the same message gets hammered in: conform, comply, disappear into the crowd. But your child, that curious, questioning toddler who asks, "Why?" 50 times a day. That relentless curiosity is raw leadership material. That's the instinct of someone who refuses to accept the world as it is. And our job as parents isn't to squash it for the sake of convenience. Our job is to nurture it, protect it, and turn it into something powerful. Here's what the old system doesn't want you to know: the game has completely changed. We're not living in 1920 anymore. The world doesn't need more people who can follow instructions perfectly. AI can do that. Robots can do that. Software can do that faster, cheaper, and without breaks. What we desperately need are pioneers. People who see problems that others walk right past. People who build solutions that others can't even imagine. People who ask the uncomfortable questions that lead to breakthroughs. That's where the opportunities are. That's where the impact is. That's where your child needs to be positioned. Look at that image of the child with the crown, standing apart from the line of workers in hard hats. That's not arrogance, that's visibility. That's influence. That's the difference between leading the future and being left behind by it. Your child can be the one who stands out. The one who doesn't disappear into that anonymous crowd. The visionary who leads the pack into uncharted territory. But only if we give them the tools now, while their minds are most moldable. While they still believe anything is possible. While that leadership instinct hasn't been trained out of them yet. So how do we do this? How do you transform your home into a leadership academy? Here are 7 practical strategies you can start today. First, spark bold questions. Don't just answer, why, celebrate it. When your child questions how things work, go deeper with them. Why do you think the sky is blue? What's your theory? Train them to be curious investigators, not passive receivers. Second, model strategic decision-making. Narrate your thinking out loud. We could take the quick route, but there's traffic. If we go this way, we arrive calmer. What do you think? Show them that leaders think ahead and weigh options. Third, host leadership debates. At dinner, pose real scenarios. If you were in charge of the playground, how would you make it fair for everyone? Let them practice making tough calls and defending their vision. Fourth, reward vision over obedience. When your child tries something new, even if it fails, praise the initiative. Fifth, forge resilience through challenges. Don't remove every obstacle. Let them struggle a bit with that puzzle. Leaders aren't born from comfort, they're forged through overcoming. Sixth, expose them to leadership icons. Tell stories of people like Mandela and Musk, not just what they did, but how they thought differently. Seventh, launch real projects. Give them ownership of something meaningful. You're in charge of planning our Saturday activity. Real responsibility builds real leaders. Listen to me carefully. The education system will try to mold your child into a compliant worker. But you have a different power. Every conversation at your dinner table, every problem you let them solve, every time you ask, what do you think we should do? You're building a leader. The world needs your child's unique vision. Don't let them disappear into that line of followers. Give them the crown of leadership skills now, while their foundation is forming. Raise a leader, not a follower. Shape a legacy, not just a childhood. What's one thing you're going to try with your child after watching this? Let me know in the comments. If you found these helpful, consider subscribing for more science-backed ways to support your child's growth. You've got this.